new vision and place that you have for us, God, that you would stretch us, that you would give us confidence, Lord, and that it would all be pleasing. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Awesome. Well, we are going to start off with some recognition. So let me share my.
Did you all hear that?
We did. It kind of cut off a little bit, or in and out a little bit, but you're all good. All good. Okay, let me share this. All right. So Heidi, I think you are going to kick us off with this recognition to start. Is that correct?
I am, and I'm super excited, you guys, for the All In area, all the brand new beauty consultants that started the business in the month of June. There's a total of 31 between all 4 units, 31 new pink girls. I'm so excited. So just bear with me as I go through these names. If I pronounce your name wrong, I am so sorry. But let's congratulate Kelsey Burness, Mary Byers, Leah Clark, Holly Cooper, Mary Crosby, Shiana Davis, Amy Deminji, and then Cameron Diaz, or Amron Diaz, Annette Hawkins, Deandra Hendricks, Pamela Jetters, Deanna Johnson, Laura Keller, Patty Kennedy, Ariel Lambeth, Tessa Langford, and the list goes on. Tony Lingle, Claudia Mia Edwards, Savannah Newsom, Taylor Olson, Victoria Pentel, Debbie Richardson, Angela Rogers, Wendy Schuller, and the list goes on. Faith Schweitzer, Angie Soriska, Sarah Vendizen, Savannah Walter, Shelley Wing, and Lisa Zimmerman, and Julia Zundrum. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong, but ladies, welcome you to our pink family. Wow, that was a mouthful, you guys. So excited.
That's awesome. And we have 4 slides of new consultants to welcome to our family. That is incredible. Incredible.
Well, guys, I have the honor of getting to introduce to you our red jackets. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Maya Hull, and I'm coming to you from Olathe, Kansas. And I love getting to talk to you about red jackets because our red jackets are women who are sharing the Mary Kay opportunity. And to become a red jacket, you need 3 women on your team. That's it, 3 women. And guys, red jacket is prestigious. It is the most lucrative on our career path. It is a leadership position on our career path. These women are growing their customer bases, growing their team, and it is exciting to see the explosion of reds. And I'll tell y'all right now, red is my new favorite color, okay? So you guys are absolutely gonna love getting to meet and honor our red jackets. So let's meet them now. Brand new red jackets. Oh my word, so excited. From the Heart Unit, Lisa Clark. Way to go, Lisa. All right, also brand new red jacket from the Huff. Oh, yay. I think I'm hearing you cheer. Yay, which is so exciting. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. And we continue with another brand new red jacket from the Huff Unit, Sandra Nowicki. Sandra. Woohoo. We have another brand new red jacket, also from the Huff Unit, Emily Smith.
Woo!
Way to go, Emily. All right, and then you guys, oh my word, one of my Mary Kay sisters, we are both coming from the Knockout Unit, from the Pie Unit, Vicki Highsmith.
Woo!
And of course, I mean, I got it from my mama. You know, y'all, if you didn't know, this is my awesome hot mama. But my mom, Anna Clunt from St. Joe.
Woo!
Oh, and I love this red jacket. Oh my gosh, my personal recruiter, you guys. If it was not for Amy Parnell, I would not be here today. And she is still a red jacket, a part of our lineage, which is so cool. Amy Parnell from the Pioneer Unit. You never know whose dream are attached to yours, by the way. Okay, also, Amy Amy England is a brand new on-target car driver from the whole unit. Woo! You all hear that, right? Free car, F-R-E-E.
Amy, we're so proud of you.
Let's get excited. Give some snaps, some chats, some excitement in the chat. Okay, some snaps, some chat, some excitement in the chat. Just made that up, but oh my word, congratulations, Amy, for being on target for your Mary Kay career car. And we have our second on-target career car driver, brand new red jacket, Laura Newson from Gardner, Kansas. Whole unit.
Woohoo!
Okay, I don't know if y'all knew this or not, but to earn a Mary Kay car, you just need 5 women on your team. So you just go from 3 to 5 to go on target for your car. And I don't know if you've ever driven a free car, but let me tell you what it's like. It's awesome, right? Right, Heidi? Right, Mary? Okay,
Yes.
it's like the bad. It's like
Yes.
So we are so excited for our on target cars, our red jackets. Okay. So to go up the next career path level is the elite team leader. An elite team leader actually will have 8 women on her team, and she can unlock it a couple of different ways by having 8 personal team members, or she can have 5 and then one of her 5 become a red jacket, and she now is an elite team leader. I love this position, guys, because it gives you choices. Some of you may absolutely love what you do for a living, or maybe you are just wanting to commit your Mary Kay business so many hours a week. Well, this position allows you to both earn a Mary Kay car, maximize the consultant career path, and still be able to do other things that are important to you. So here's what I know is this position is open. Elite team leaders, like I said, have 8 women on their team. And so we would love to see our red jacket family grow. And then the next position is our director and qualification. This is a woman who's making a commitment to go from her red jacket team of 3 to 10, and then those 10 are going to become a brand new unit. Director and qualification is DIQ. So here's what I also know is we are looking for the woman who is wanting to move up into her leadership role and leadership position, maybe move into a different car level, maybe is motivated and encouraged by leading and mentoring and teaching other women. And so if that sounds like something that you would be, I wonder what that looks like. How can that bless my family? Talk to your sales director about what does it look like, because I know every DIQ story is different. It's never too late and it's never too early to go into the DIQ position.
Woohoo!
Okay, so red jackets, you all know about our very prestigious Red Hot Coffee Club. We get together the third Saturday of every single month, you guys, and we have so much fun. We have so much fun. We laugh, we dig deep, and we just have an amazing time. And let me tell you, when you get to hang around women who are going towards goals that are on your heart and in your mind, and you surround your circle with like-minded women, it just encourages you, inspires you, and lifts you up. And so our red jackets are invited to a very special Zoom third Saturday of every single month. And I'm telling you, they just keep getting better and better and better. Our very first one was in March. So March, April, May, June, July. And let me tell you what, it is out of this world extraordinary. So make sure you mark your calendars for July 17th, 9:30 Central Standard Time for you to join your Red Hot Coffee Club Red Call. And your director will be sending you money for either your favorite coffee or your favorite smoothie or your favorite tea, or if you'd rather have cereal, that's fine too. But you can join us, and we would be honored to just have you be a part of our Red Hot Coffee Club.
Yes. Those are probably my favorite thing ever.
I know.
Love them.
Me too. I look forward to them every month.
So awesome. Heidi, are you ready? Oh, I think you're muted still.
Sorry. Okay, wonderful. Can you guys hear me okay now?
It's kind of cutting in and out a little bit.
Okay. My
Now you're good.
internet is
Now you're good, I think.
unstable. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Can you hear me now, Mary?
Yes, you're
I'm
good.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to go over the Spark a Chain Reaction Achievers. And Oh no. Several of you with your Sparka chain reaction earrings are just gorgeous. And we just want to recognize all 42 of you within all 4 units. Yes, 42. I think it's a record breaker number. Oh my gosh, that have earned these. So it's 600 wholesale. Okay. That means you're selling 1,200 retail every month. And so it's just a great sign of selling strong, servicing your customers. We're so proud of you for digging deep, reaching through and finishing that goal. So we're going to give it up to tonight for Sherry Alatassi, Sandy Ball, Kelsey Burneth, Mary Byers, Jody Chance, Leah Clark, Lisa Clark, Holly Cooper, Melanie Cox, Shiana Davis, Amrian Diaz, Holly Dodson, Sally Ellis, Angie Emery, Amy England, Carol Fark, Anna Fraley, and there's one more on the list, but I can't see.
Oh, Carla Hanlon. Sorry, that's down at the bottom.
Thank you. There was a message. So I couldn't see. Carla Hannon. Okay, who else do we have? Annette Hawkins, Deandra Hendricks, Pamela Jetters. We have Deanna Johnson, Laura Keller, Patty Kennedy, Whitney Kessler, who's on the call that I saw, and Robin Lechnar, and then Tony Lingle, Sherry Mason, Claudia Mia Edwards, Laura Newsom, Taylor Olson, and Debbie Richardson. Oh my gosh, congratulations to all you Spark Chain. I think we have, do we have one more slide?
Yes.
We do. Angela Rogers, Wendy Schuller, Faith Swartzer, Bobby Joe Smith, and Emily Smith, Sarah Vindenson, and Savannah Walters, and Lisa Zimmerman. Achievers, we're so proud of you. Woo, you are moving and grooving in our units, and you're making things happen. Congratulations.
I think Heidi definitely
so
had
fun.
the most tongue-tied job tonight, I have to say. All of the new consultants and all of the Spark Chain Reaction achievers. We should have spread that out a little bit, Heidi. Sorry about that. All
Thank
right.
you guys. Go Spark. Yeah, I'm sure you are. Sure you're sorry.
Well, you guys, I have the honor of getting to recognize our Q4 star consultants. How many of you love prizes? Go ahead and put in the chat right now if you love prizes. And also, if like your favorite prize or if you could win any prize, I'm so grateful that Mary Kay created a consistency program designed for us to earn prizes. So whether it's something practical like kitchen supplies, whether it's something super glittery and glamorous like a pink bicycle or chandelier or furniture. So our Star Consultant prize, Star Consultant guys, we have 4 different, we'll keep going on the list. We're going to recognize our Q4. All right, so Sapphire is Melinda Garnett, Jody Chance, Jennifer Mitchell, Stephanie Nichols, Bobby Joe Smith, and Emily Smith all finished with the Sapphire level. Congratulations. Sapphire level on average sells about 300 retail a week. Y'all, that's one party a week. Okay, so when you look at the number of a wholesale and you're like, oh my word, I could never do that. Instead, change your thought and say, how could I sell $300 this week? Is it one party, 2 facials? Am I going to have 30 friends buy $10 worth of product or 10 friends buy $30 worth of product? Change the thought to how could I do that? The Ruby level is $2,400 wholesale. This is about $400 on a weekly basis, or team building. Okay, so Lisa Clark, Robin Lichtenauer, and Laura Newson, congratulations to our Ruby Star Consultants. This is fantastic. All right, we move up to the diamond level. The diamond level, you guys, is on average selling about $500 a week. So about a party and a half. Okay, so Melanie Cox, way to go, Melanie. And I also know that she moved up because she added some team members, which was awesome. And then the emerald level, all right, she's doing about 600 retail a week. That's 2 to 3 parties. But guess what's happened? Our product is residual. Y'all know that, right? Product goes down the drain every night. So you can do a little happy dance. Okay, so you may hold 1 or 2 parties, but then take care of your current customers and you are selling $600 a week. So let's give it up for our emerald level, Carol Fark, and then Claudia Mija Edwards. Way to go. And then our pearl stars are selling anywhere from $700 to $1,000 on a weekly basis. Okay. And this is amazing. I love that these women right here, they have other jobs. You guys, we make amazing money selling this product. Y'all know that, right? We make 50% every single time. 50%. I mean, where in the world can you get it? Nowhere. So I want to give a huge congratulations to our top beauty consultants who are in the pearl level: Sally Ellis, Amy England, Sherry Mason, and Sandra Nowicki. Congratulations to those amazing beauty consultants. Guess what, y'all? It's a new quarter. So it's a new quarter, and regardless of where you are today, the Star Consultant deadline is September 15th. And I know your sales director, whichever part you are a part of, we all do mystery dates, special recognition, quarterly events, and lots of gifts for earning. But guys, another couple benefits of earning Star is you get referrals from the company. Okay, you get referrals from the company. You get to order new product early, which we all learned this last year is like now probably one of the best benefits of being a Star Consultant, so product doesn't run out. You also get to pick these princess prizes. This last quarter, if you're not a big prize person, guess what? You can take cash. So I love that we have choices and opportunities for our Star Consultants. So congratulations. Now, you guys are probably wondering, what happened to quarter sales? What happened to quarter sharing? Well, my friends, it is a tradition when we end the seminar year that we wait to reveal those things at seminar. So if you haven't registered for seminar, you can go ahead and still register for seminar. The registration is still open. And Mary, Heidi, Jennifer, and I, we are hosting a watch party in Kansas City. And it is going to be epic, my friends. And so I'm telling you right now, if you have never been able to experience seminar, I encourage you to make this a priority. This is a great opportunity for you to see on a 20% scale about how awesome it is to go to Dallas every year and get to experience seminar. But we are going to have memories beyond memories. We have special things planned for you that we're not even allowed to tell you about. We have things planned that you do know about, and it is going to be absolutely wonderful. Be watching for more details, as now that we have a little bit more of a concrete schedule, be able to tell you what to pack, what to bring, what to expect. I'm telling you, getting a hotel in Kansas City with your girlfriends will cost, pennies than going to Dallas. And so, and I'm telling you, it'll be the best 2 days of work that you take off. So it will be worth it. If you have to call in sick, my friend, call in sick. Do what you have to do to get to seminar. Seminar will change your life. And what better way to end our and begin our year together than to be together? So we are so excited about it. We are looking forward to getting to spend time with you. Please talk to your sales director about what that would look like for you. And I do want to remind you, even if you can't come, you can still register to watch seminar. I think a lot of people were confused that if you couldn't come to Kansas City, you couldn't register. And so guess what? Host a watch party in your house with your family. Invite your girlfriends over. Invite your customers over. Let them experience virtual seminar with you. I'm telling you, there is no Mary Kay party like a Mary Kay seminar. So we are so looking forward to that. And that's why we did not have quarter sales or quarter sharing recognition tonight. In case you were wondering, we did not forget. We cannot wait to reveal to you where everyone finished. Oh man, I missed you guys so much.
That's like the funniest, evil laugh right there, like that. I think Maya can do an evil laugh.
I watched the Friends episode where Joey and Phoebe were trying to do their evil laugh, and Joey definitely sounded like Santa Claus.
Yes.
He's like, ho, ho, ho. And Phoebe's like, we're not Santa. It's not Chris. Anyway, it was really funny. So for those of you who don't know, I have a small addiction to that show, just quite a little bit, but it's okay. Okay, moving on, because tonight's training is going to be awesome.
Yeah. So speaking of tonight's training, so when the four of us, Maya, Heidi, Jennifer, and I were kind of talking about what we wanted to focus on tonight, what we wanted to share with you guys tonight, it really is, we talked about this being a brand new seminar year, and we have the clean slate and the ability to start over. So we really wanted to be able to focus on what this looks like now. Like, how do you take some time to be able to figure out what it is that you want? Maybe, especially if you're brand new in Mary Kay, this last, weeks or months that you've been in have been kind of a whirlwind, like all this excitement happening as we finish the Mary Kay year. And you're like, I don't know what's going on, but it's exciting and it's fun. Now it's a brand new year. And so you get to decide what it is that you want to work on. And so we just wanted to talk about that. What does that process look like? How do you figure out what you want to work towards? What are the options? How do you break it down? How do you hold yourself accountable? How do you track all of those things? And so we invite this to be a very open conversation. Maya, Heidi, and I are just going to kind of all jump in together and be able to share. But if you guys have questions, comments, anything like that, put them in the chat or like raise your hand to be able to ask your question live, because we want this to be a hands-on training and be very helpful for you. And so one of the first things as we were talking about this is just the idea of slowing down in order to speed up. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that phrase before or that saying before, but sometimes you have to slow down and plan, prepare, get yourself ready in order to be able to be intentional and productive with what you are doing. And so Heidi and Maya, I just would love to hear your guys' thoughts and your take on what that looks like maybe for you, or some suggestions that you have as far as that process of slowing down to speed up.
Ooh, that's good. So
I love it.
I think it's really funny, and of course, okay, not funny. I think it's, and I can't even say ironic, because I know that God moved in a way that needed to happen for so many people. And I feel like one of the biggest lessons that I learned from 2020 moving into 2021 was that slowing down, removing everything from my schedule, all my commitments, it made me take 3 steps back and assess, what was I saying yes to? Because when you say yes to one area of your life or one commitment of your life, you're saying no to something else, right? But when you say no to something, it allows you to say yes to other opportunities. And so when we went down, in full shutdown mode, I also have 3 small children, 7, 5, and at the time she was like 3 months old when the world shut down. And so it was so interesting when I know we all went through this, but even realizing, okay, when things began to open back up, what was I going to be brave enough to say no to? And what was I going to be brave enough to let somebody down? Okay, if that makes sense. So this year, I would say, was the year that I said no to a lot more things. And because I wanted to have a lot of harmony, I wanted to have a lot of peace. And some of those no's were things that are good things. And I'm definitely not telling you guys to go and pull out of every commitment that you have. But I had to ask myself, like, am I saying yes to things out of obligation? Am I saying yes to things out of guilt? Am I saying yes to things because of who my husband is, or that's who I am? I needed to realize, okay, if this does not serve like my family, if this does not honor the Lord, if this does not align with my goal, then I'm not going to participate with it anymore. And I had to get really crystal clear on what that meant. And that was really hard, because I never want to be left out. I never want to be a part of something. And so for me, slowing down was just being a lot wiser in where I said yes and where I said no. Let me give you guys an example. Anyone like to win? Put in the comment section if you love to win, you're achievement orientated, you'll love having something on your schedule, because if you don't have something on your schedule, you feel like you're being lazy. Anyone? Okay. That's me as well. So therefore, one of the biggest ways I slowed down was actually taking a day off. Okay. Now, this was something that I had to put my feet down, and I had to tell myself, okay, I am not going to pick up my phone. I am not going to commit to things on that day. And so every Friday this last year, I became much more, I created this really good boundary that I needed to slow down on my Fridays, or whatever day looks like. Some of you may pick a Sunday. Some of you may pick a couple nights of the week. I realize that that's going to look different for everyone, but that was probably one of the biggest things that I did was I actually took time to not work, but to honor the Lord and honor my marriage. And that was a big way that I slowed down. And guess what? I would wake up Saturday morning excited to work, excited to go back at it, full of energy and excitement. So I know I'm answering this really long, but I feel like that is how I slowed down. Was I was very conscious of what I was saying yes to and what I needed to step away from. And I know that's different for all of us in different seasons. Like I realize some of you do not have toddlers. Some of you are empty nesters. Some of you have high school students. So that looks different. So ask yourself, what am I saying yes to that is forcing me to say no to something else? And then what should I be saying no to in order for me to step into what I know I'm supposed to be doing? Because then I feel like no matter what season of life you are, how new you are in your business, how seasoned you are in your business, you can ask, okay, is that something that's supporting that, or is that taking away from it?
Absolutely. Heidi, how about you?
Yeah. I love it. I love Maya, how you did that, and how you saw the results, and how you felt more centered and gravity balanced and more harmony. I mean, from slowing down. It's so weird to think that.
Yeah.
When I think of like the new year and starting out, I'm a person that likes to be planned as well and have everything lined out as much as I can. And sometimes when you're starting your new year out, we have the tendency just to jump in and set a goal because you feel like that's supposed to be your goal. And I think for me, slowing down is really just reflecting, looking over, the past year, being proud of your accomplishments, looking at the areas that you wanted to strengthen and that you feel like God's stretching you in. And that to me is like marinating over, what is it that you want to achieve through me this year, Lord? So as I slow down to set my goals for this year, that has kind of been my so that kind of took a couple days. It's kind of funny because I log in at work to usually a Mary Kay goal, and I came back 2 days later after the weekend, and I logged in. I'm like, oh, I set that goal that was way too low. That was on like July 1st. And so I was like, oh, I set that on July 1st because I wouldn't change my password until the end of the Mary Kay year, anyhow. So I realized that, I just didn't take enough time. I just jumped into, it's July 1st. I need to have a goal. I need to have this. And sometimes, yes, that's true. We do need to have a goal. And we're going to talk about that. But sometimes we just need to reflect, God, what are you doing? What are you saying to me? And where do I need to stretch? And what makes my heart like beat fast? Like what makes me like invigorated? What gets me up? Like, what am I excited about? And what are you going to do? And so that's for me is kind of reflecting and knowing also just to kind of stay right there. And what's he saying? What's he doing? And then start writing it down. You may get it over a couple of days. It may not all happen in one setting. At least that's how it was for me this year. It was like over a couple of days. And that was really odd because I'm used to being pretty, on it. But I think I was, whenever you're jarred or taken back a step, you're like, whoa, where do I go from here? And that's okay. I mean, guys, that's really okay because it makes you stop and it makes you pause and it makes you seek, and there's the Bible verse about, seeking and knocking and asking, and the door will be open to you. And you guys, we are going to be seeking, knocking, and asking, knocking on that door, and things are going to be open to us. So what is it that we want to be opened up to us? What is it that would excite you, that would be opened up to you this year, that's never been open to you before? That's kind of where you want to like look at that area as we start looking at our goals. Awesome. What about you, Mary? What's slowing down to speed up? What's that look like?
Well, I definitely think like it goes from what both of you guys were saying is you have to have the space, I think, in your schedule in order to allow space in your mind. Like the times that we're like super busy and super like just go, 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 that doesn't give us the opportunity to really think. You know, it doesn't give there's no space for anything else to come in. And so I think having that opportunity of a day where you're not working and to take some time to just marinate on what's on your heart and what God is putting on your heart, but even to ask the questions, you know, about, like, one of the things that I've been really trying to focus on is just like me, like who do I want to become in the process? I mean, we are all about goals and achievements and accolades and all of that sort of thing. But ultimately, we are still a wife. We are still a mom. We are still a daughter. And so who is it that we want to become in the process? What habits do we need to form in order to make ourselves better? And, you know, when we do some of those things, that makes this better all around. You know, when we focus on one area and improve ourselves in one area, it focuses on other areas as well. So I love the idea. Melissa Mays, she was one of our speakers on one of our trainings not too long ago, the cute little Barbie blonde bombshell, if you remember her. She has always shared about when she is setting goals, she looks at it as 4 different areas. Now, you don't have to set a goal in every area, but when you're looking at it, if we try to set too many goals, it's very overwhelming. You know what I mean? And we can't focus on those things. And so she talks about setting a goal, like a Mary Kay goal, a spiritual goal, a mental goal, kind of like a learning or a growth goal, and a health goal. Okay. And so again, you don't have to do one in all those areas, but I can tell you that all of those feed into you as a person, who you are, again, as a wife, as a mom, all of those things, and that will also impact your business as well. But I even love just thinking of the questions of, who do I want to become? What do I want to have? What do I want to do? Who do I, you know, what habits do I want to create? Just asking yourself questions, like any questions that come to mind, and answering those will just help you to kind of develop your mindset and your vision of where you want to go, you know, because this, something that may come to your mind may be a long-term goal that you see down the road. And this will kind of help you to back that up in order to be able to take the steps to get to that goal. And we'll kind of talk about that as well. But like I said, just, you know, getting quiet, getting still, having that space in your schedule, like Maya said as well. And then just be willing to ask yourself some of those hard questions that we don't always take the time to ask ourselves in order to be able to pinpoint those kind of things as far as what we want to have or what we want to do.
Good, good.
So,
Yes.
okay. So then let's talk about, like, once you've sat down and you kind of have an idea in mind of what you want to go after, what your goal is, what now? Like, you have it, where do you even start? Like, what's your first step? And so Heidi, talk a little bit about that. Like, how would you start to look at being able to break down a goal?
Okay. Well, the first thing I think is most important is why you're setting that goal. You need to know that I always say, stay in your own lane. Don't worry about what your sister on the right or the left is doing, but
Yes.
you really want to set the goal that's going to challenge you and like beat your personal best. And I think once you determine what that is, how you break it down really is just looking at what activity, according to your numbers. A lot of times, if you're a brand new consultant, I'll use the company generic, you know, numbers to break things down in little bitty pieces, you know, from like a monthly. If it's a year goal, you're going to break it down monthly, and then, you know, and then even weekly, and then maybe even daily. Just depends how it needs to, you know, formulate for you to feel good about, to track it. But then I like to take your personal numbers. If you already know what your average parties are, your average facials and that sort of thing, or your average reorder, and then look and work backwards. So I know it's kind of general, but first I say, you know, make sure the goal is very specific to what you want, and not to worry who's doing what to the right or the left. And then look at your averages, know your numbers. I mean, I'm such a big proponent of that. I talk about that because numbers never lie, and they don't just, they don't deceive us. They are what they are. And you can, formulate a success plan based on your past numbers, and so it kind of feels like it puts the power back in your court. Like I feel like I have more control over that, and so it makes me feel good when I feel empowered when we know our numbers. And that way the goal doesn't have to be so lofty, and I love how Maya said, think differently. Like, how can I achieve that star consultant status? How many ways could I do 300 sales, a week? And look at and break it down. When she said, oh, it's only, one party, you think, oh, I could do that. You know how easy that sounds now? So that's what we want to do. We want to break the goal up in little bite-sized pieces.
Well, and I think it's even one of those things, figure out which way to track is more exciting to you. Last night we had a meeting with consultants, and one person would rather focus on a certain number of items to sell, whereas another person wanted to focus on so many $50 orders, so you can track, depending on what your goal is, you can track it lots of different ways. So find the way to track it that is exciting and motivating to you, because that's going to keep you working on it more than something else. Maya, do you have any thoughts?
I think a big part of it too, my friends, is when you are setting goals, I feel like I work with a lot of consultants who ask the question, well, what's the best goal for me? Like, how do I know what's the best? And I think this is where, for those of you who have a significant other, it's important for you all to have a conversation of, what does that look like for us this year? What do we want to have happen? What would we be excited to see? But even more so, what can I commit to in this season? What does that look like? Because I feel like when you have a conversation with the people in your life, because like, you tell your kids you're doing XYZ and going to Disney, you are not going to let your kids down, right? Like, if you tell your husband, I mean, I'm only saying that because I know Taylor and Pat like to go to Disney, but or if you tell your family, this is what we're going to do for Christmas this year when I do this many parties or this many items or whatever. I think though too, like, connecting your goal to something that's going to do with your family, I mean, like, I think is really powerful. I think there's something to be said when you connect whatever that may look like. I also used to think goals had to be really, really lofty, where one of my big goals this year was just reading daily. And for me, it was like, I'm going to commit to 10 minutes of reading. And so one of the goals that I had is every day when I picked up my kids from school, I would take a book instead of being on my phone, And so sometimes goals can seem very small, but make quantum leaps in other areas of our lives. And that's why I loved what Mary talked about is your spiritual goal or your physical goal, maybe this. And so I think I know I'm kind of like all over the place, but I think too, having a conversation with the people that you love the most in your life really helps you with both your willingness and your commitment. Like, there's something inside of you that, I mean, I know at least not many of us would do something for ourselves. And I'm not calling you out if you would, because I mean, what I did last week, I also did for myself. But I'm also saying, like, there are days when I was willing to give up on me, but I didn't want to give up on my husband, right? Or things that I wanted to create for my kids and so forth and so on. And so I think even too, when you guys are having moments of, what does that look like? What do we want to accomplish? What do we want to achieve? Ask yourself the question, if I couldn't fail, what would I go for? Because I don't remember who said this. Don't look to the left or the right about who's setting goals. Or, I mean, if I would have asked Susie Q over here what she was doing after just earning her pink Cadillac, and I would have said, oh, maybe I should do that instead, we would have not finished the best year that we had ever just finished. Instead, I said, okay, what is the next best step for us? And if you're really new and you're not sure where to begin, I would encourage you to start with a power start. A power start. And that's 30 faces in 30 days, my friends. And I'm telling you right then, you'll get a small glimpse of what could happen when you are consistent in your business. And then when you focus on the next step, your dreaming may grow. And I think that's something that's important too. Mary Heidi, do y'all remember the first time you set a goal in Mary Kay? I remember working really, really, really hard to finish my very first star consultant. Okay, I came in July, and my first order was July 28th after my grand opening. It was a $600 order that I had to sell. And because I didn't have any money. So I sold that $600. Mary drove down and had my grand opening with me. And then, so I had maybe 6 more weeks to finish my star. And I remember what it felt like to just focusing on finishing that star and that victory. And I still have that star consultant prize. It's a Coach wristlet. I had never owned anything designer in my life. And it's hanging up on my key ring because every time I pick up the keys to my Cadillac, that wristlet is right there. And, so when I set that goal, what I'm trying to say is I had never seen car. I didn't see red jacket. I didn't see anything beyond that. I just focused on that first goal in front of me. But focusing on that first goal in front of me gave me the confidence to go for another goal. So even if right now you're like, I'm not really sure where to start with the basics of a Mary Kay business. And then, like Mary and Heidi both have said, ask yourself some questions. What would bring you joy in your life if you got to do X, Y, Z? What are something that you have always wanted to do, but maybe didn't have the time, money, or resources to be able to do that? What kind of woman do you want to be known for? Right? Like, okay, I know this will sound funny too, but I'm just trying to give you other examples. I have always dreamed of an outstanding, oh my word, kind of finish. Like I had never, ever imagined that we could do so much in such a small amount of time. And I would just continue to affirm it's my turn for my victory story. It's my turn. I had heard of other amazing top directors doing amazing things, and I couldn't. And so, but I would have never learned how to set that goal if I had not started with what I could see, what was in front of me. So don't discredit what is exciting you right now. Because if getting to seminar, doing a star consultant, earning your beautiful Powered by Pink jewelry. I mean, have you all seen the new line? Those are great starting places, you guys. And so don't discredit the power of a conversation with the people you love in your life, and don't discredit the power of starting with what you can see. Because that's where it starts, really, yeah.
Well, and I think there's a couple things about that is powerful. And I think one of them is telling other people, you know what I mean? When we set a goal, whether it's big or small, and we don't tell anyone, it's really easy for us to cop out on it because nobody knows. But if we tell people, and especially people like our significant others or our family or even our sister consultants, your sales director, they're not going to let you settle for less than doing your best to achieve it. Even if something happens and you don't achieve it, they're not going to let you look at that as a failure. You know what I mean? And so there's something so powerful in telling other people with that. And then I think the second thing is you just have to find a place to win, whatever level that is, because it is, sometimes you have to start with what may seem small to you, but once you get that win and you get that celebration, that is like the springboard for so many other things, that helps you start to see like, oh my gosh, I did that. What if I did this? And you can just keep building on that. Because again, when you're starting, it's hard to know what to go for. And so just be able to pick that next best goal that you want to achieve. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about it. That's what you have to find, is to find your win with that. So let's talk a little bit about, before we close, about the tracking and the accountability aspect of it, because I think this is it's one thing to set a goal. It's a totally another thing to be able to track it and have that accountability towards that. So Maya, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think the first thing, we talked about this, is being accountable. You know, as your sales director, y'all, we are your business coaches and business mentors, and we want to encourage you. We want to teach you how to think new thoughts, or even how to work through a not so good situation, which that's life, right? Like, you're going to have not every moment is going to be fabulous, but even the not so fabulous moments make the victory worth every minute, worth every minute. And so be accountable, and be willing to be accountable. And being accountable is going to look different for each of you. Okay. And I think instead of freaking out and being like, oh my word, I'm going to have an hour-long conversation every day. No. Some of you may just need to be accountable of how many booking attempts you make, or who did you talk to that day, or who did you follow up with that day, or I mean, it's going to be different, y'all. It's going to be different for all of you. And so I definitely encourage you to talk to your sales director about what that looks like. And another idea too is, like, ask the person who just accomplished what you want to do. Like, ask them, get their feedback. If someone just earned their red jacket and you want to earn your red jacket, talk to her about what that looked like, you know, because they can give you that insight and that wisdom, you guys. Yeah. And I think that's great. Okay. I know we're running out of time. I want Heidi to answer this question, but I want to give you guys a SMART acronym of how to pick a good goal. Okay. So SMART, like, put SMART down the left-hand side. I love this because sometimes setting a goal, it takes to think about a few things. And I know we've covered a lot. So S stands for specific. Set real numbers and real deadlines. Okay. M is measurable. Make sure your goal is trackable. And I know we're talking about that right now. And each of you are going to track it differently, you know, whether it's with orders or items or squares or booking attempts or whatever. But make it something that you can fill in and you can see the number grow, because that makes you feel like you're winning every day. A is attainable. Y'all, work towards a goal that is challenging but possible. Goals should be stretching you. Goals should make you have butterflies in your stomach a bit, okay? And that's what makes a goal a good goal. R, be honest with yourself. Oh, R is realistic. I'm sorry. R is realistic. So R is realistic. Be honest with yourself. Know what you and your team are capable of. This is where you kind of have to step a few steps back and be like, okay, what am I willing to do? What can I commit to do? What works best with my family, my spouse, my children, my other commitments? What commitments do I need to step out of? What commitments can I still do and attain the goal? But be realistic with yourself. And then T is time bound. Give yourself a deadline. If you say you want to earn a Mary Kay car in a year, guess what? It will take you a whole year to earn a Mary Kay car. If you want to earn a Mary Kay car in 3 months, guess what? It will take you 3 months to earn a Mary Kay car, y'all. So give yourself a deadline. But yeah, tracking, Heidi.
That SMART analogy, guys, at the corporate uses that. A lot of corporate businesses have that. All their executives use that. It's very good. I love it. I'm glad that you shared that, Maya. It's so solid. I would also say, with tracking your goal, you know, look at how your goal plays into the bigger picture with the unit goal, because every little goal that you track plays into a bigger piece of the puzzle, which is so exciting. And that's what you guys just witnessed in June, you know, was all those pieces coming together and all that tracking, all being accountable. And that's what, bam, that's what June is, you know, it's all coming together. And so I love everything that Maya shared. And really, that's kind of all that I had about the tracking, because that's so individual. Like, we're having a lot of conversations in our own unit, and they're individualized conversations. They're not very long, but I'm looking at each person, you know, each person. And I agree. Ask your sales director to spend some time with you. If you don't know what it is that you want to accomplish, or if you're brand new and you don't know what you should focus on, do that. Or like Maya said, ask the person that just accomplished that goal. That's so wise, you know? So I know you guys can do it. I know we have so much faith in you. And sometimes, you have to borrow the faith of your sales director if you can't see it for yourself, or you have to lean in to their belief for you to finish a goal. And that's okay, you guys. There's so many times I've had to lean into Mary and to Maya to finish a goal. That's what your sales director is there for, because sometimes you just can't see it. And they can see it. They can see it, and they can help you through that. So, oh my gosh, it's so powerful. Women helping women. I love it.
Yes. And I love that Heidi said that as well, as far as borrowing belief. I was actually listening to a podcast before, like while I was cooking dinner tonight. And that was one of the things that they were talking about, is creating an atmosphere and an attitude of belief. That you have to quit hoping and start believing. And so whatever level your goal is that you're working towards, just to have that conviction and that belief about it. And one of the other things that it talked about too was just being your best. Like it's not necessarily about being the best, it's about being your best. And when you focus on being your best, then that's where your unit can be the best. Your Mary Kay as a whole can be the best, because you are doing the things that you need to do and that you want to do at the highest level, being the best you, being the best person. And that transpires into all of those things as well. So again, whatever your goal is, if you need help with that, if you need help with the tracking, all of those things, we are here to help you with that. But every goal is so important. One goal is not better. Sorry for that. Dogs are going a little crazy. One goal is not better than another goal. Like they are all so important. And so just remember that. So, okay. Hopefully they will not keep barking anymore. So if you have any questions about that or anything as far as goals, put them in the chat or reach out to your director. We are going to finish up here because we have the Watch It Wednesday. Oh, and the June
next All In Family Night.
Yes. Do you want to do that part, Heidi?
That's fine. Next All In Family Night is August the 4th, you guys, at 7. Be sure to tell your girlfriends if they're not on tonight. Grab your family members, your pink family members. Make sure they join us. And we are going to be celebrating our wins for July. So August 4th.
August 4th. And we are going to do the prize drawing for the June monthly giveaway, where we are giving away the 2 Ted Baker handbags. We're actually going to change things up a little bit, and we're not going to do that drawing here. We are going to do that drawing with Maya's live tonight. So we're getting ready to hop over. Maya's going to go live in the All In Virtual Beauty group, teaching us a fun new eye look. And then at the end of that, I'm going to hop in with her, and I'll have the names, and we will spin the wheel to see who our prize winner is for the 2 Ted Baker handbags, the customer and the consultant. So we'll see you guys later. Hop on over to the All In Virtual Beauty group and be ready to watch Maya knock it out of the park with a new color look. Invite your customers, tag them, and we'll see you soon.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.